Good morning. My name is Dr. Hillel Mazansky, and I'm President and CEO of Guided Imagery, Nutrition Incorporated, How to Live a Longer, Happier, Healthier Life. We have previously discussed the power of guided imagery. Also, similarly, we've discussed nutrition, and today we'll discuss exercise. Exercise is extremely important for everybody. Age is not a factor whether we can exercise or not. The simple method of going outside and walking is considered exercise. Moving around the house is exercise. Yard work is exercise. As long as we do not sit down motionless, then anything that we do on our two legs, using our arms and or legs, is called exercise. What does vary between many people is what degree of physical fitness the person is in and what are their physical limitations. Anybody and everybody from childhood can exercise, should exercise, because the benefits of exercise today in the 21st century is of prime importance. There are many studies showing the advantages of doing physical exercise on a daily basis, for if not, the lack of exercise leads to disease or dis-ease. When you come to the office, we will talk about exercise. There are many exercise physiologists, there are many physical trainers at gyms, but not all of you will be able to go to a gym or can afford to go to a physical trainer. We all have two functioning legs and arms, and that's all that is required for exercise. I'm not talking to those out there who go to gyms and do cardiovascular exercise and do resistance training at the gym. You know what you do. You don't have to listen to this video. But for those of you who are out there who are not exercising, who are sit-at-home moms and dads, or executives who don't get a chance to exercise because of time restraints, my suggestion is you take time out for yourself, go outdoors and begin walking. First start walking slowly for about 15-20 minutes, and then every week or every 4 or 5 days increase your walking duration by 5 minutes. So that the first week it's 20 minutes, the second week it's 25, third week 30, and so on, until you are walking approximately 45 to 60 minutes, 6 days a week. God rested on the 7th day, and so shall we. We rest 1 day a week to give our muscles a chance to regenerate and recuperate. 6 days a week we should exercise. After you have walked for about 45 to 60 minutes at a reasonable, normal pace, then begin increasing your pace. For the first 10 minutes, walk at a brisker pace, and then fall back to your regular pace. Do this for a week, and then the following week, increase by another 5 minutes, so that you're now walking briskly for 15 minutes. The program is self-evident. You continue doing it until upon your return of the exercise, your pulse is racing and you are perspiring. That is called cardiovascular exercise. You've exercised the heart and the lungs as well, but the vascular system is in tone. You feel much better because you have secreted a substance called endorphins. Endorphins are small, tiny chemical structures. They're hormone chemical structures that make us feel good. The chemical structures of the endorphins are similar to cocaine and morphine, and that people get a relatively feel high or elated or feel better as a result of the cardiovascular exercise. The more intense the exercise, the greater the feeling. They call it runner's high because people who do marathon training and run for a prolonged period of time, they get the high. That's one type of exercise. The other is resistance training. We have to work our muscles, train our muscles. We've trained the heart and our blood vessels and our lungs. Now we train our muscles. Resistance training is moving the muscle against a stationary or resistant object. While you move the muscle, you are moving against a resistance. Whether it is by standing against a door or a wall and pushing against the door or the wall, there is resistance from the wall or the door. However, to do resistance training properly, you can buy at any sports goods store rubber bands. These are bands that you stretch and use as directed. You can use the bands for resistance training for your arms and your legs. Resistance training is important to develop muscles. Now, females might say they don't want to develop muscles. Well, they're not going to develop a huge musculature body like a male, but they will develop muscles. Increase the muscle tone. That's all we need. Muscle tone, increase in muscle mass is important because muscle mass stimulates the metabolism. And once the metabolism is stimulated, then one loses weight. One will lose weight by doing physical exercise, but also by doing resistance training. You increase the muscle mass, the metabolism is speeded up, and you lose weight. It is particularly of importance to females, especially after the age of 40, that they start doing resistance training, because if they do this training, they will prevent themselves later on getting osteoporosis. There's evidence now in the medical literature that men are also starting to develop osteoporosis. It is not necessary to start taking drugs for osteoporosis for the females, because if you take calcium in sufficient quantity and you exercise, resistance training, and you take adequate amounts of vitamin D, with the vitamin D, the calcium, eating and taking maybe supplements, doing resistance training, you will never ever get osteoporosis. As I said in the beginning, you can go to the exercise physiologist or your trainer. But if you want guided imagery, self-healing, how to help heal yourself, if you need a nutritionally sound program to accompany your exercise, you will get something specifically designed for you. If you have arthritis, if you have back pain, if you have problems with movement, the exercise will be specifically designed to your needs. Then you might consider coming to my office in La Jolla, California. Until then, check out the website, www.GIANINC, stands for Guided Imagery and Nutrition Incorporated. Follow the blogs on Exercise Week. Start on your exercise program. You can do it. If you cannot achieve it, go and find yourself a physical trainer. If not, please come to my office and we'd be happy to help you. Thank you.